Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ryan Tigey here. Keep it short and sweet, but a lot of noise out there right now. It is lying season with the NFL draft coming up, but I've been getting bodied by some folks, and so just want to address a couple things related to Shanahan, Trey Lance rumors, draft priorities for the 49ers, and some more recent news that just happened today. So let's get it going. I've been hearing way too much lately about as it relates to Kyle Shanahan. Don't be that person. Don't be a fucking dipshit. A lot of people out here that I don't know if they're real fans, if they're fake fans. I had one dude claiming to me online that he was a diehard Niners fan. When it comes to Kyle Shanahan and kind of the hatred that he's been getting as it relates to injured quarterbacks, his style of offense, is he the reason that they've lost big games? Let me just put a couple things into perspective here. If you guys watched the 49ers before they got good, like a year or two after the Shanahan era began, the Niners were dog shit, minus the Harbaugh years, which were pretty short and sweet. But Shanahan and Lynch have come in and changed the program. I don't understand why people just want to talk shit as if, hey, I know better. I'm a random fan on my fucking couch every weekend, that somehow they think they know what's better for the team than Kyle Shanahan in terms of calling plays, in terms of who we're drafting, in terms of decisions that he makes during the games. This guy has lived it. There is some idiot of he's an ex-NFL guy. I can't even remember his name. He played 12 years in the league as a backup. The only year that he started was for the San Francisco 49ers. He basically had more turnovers than any other team in the league just by his doing. The guy basically was talking a lot of shit about Shanahan, about his bad play designing and nepotism that Shanahan's got. Dude, get the fuck out of here. That guy, again, I don't remember his name, but if you Google Kyle Shanahan on April Fool's, I'm sure his video will come up. But obviously, I respect the mind that he brings to the game because he did play in the NFL. However, him trying to talk shit about Shanahan, again, is just, it's like hitting your head against the wall. Shanahan has turned this program around. This roster is fucking loaded. And people that think that there's someone else out there that could do better, it's just blasphemy. I don't understand how you don't appreciate going to 3 NFC championship games over the past 4 years and 1 Super Bowl appearance. Name another team outside of the Chiefs that have done that. Name it. Eagles, yeah, they've had some good runs, but really, what teams outside of 1 year flashes like the Rams, like Tampa Bay, have actually done it consistently as much as Lynch and Shanahan have ever since joining on to the 49ers? So again, don't be that person that thinks, or just generating noise on the internet, that Shanahan should no longer be the coach and that he should be fired. If he were to get let go, he would immediately, and I mean immediately, be getting calls from other teams who would fire their current head coach to bring in Shanahan, because that's how well he's done. So the lack of appreciation that people have on Shanahan has been getting under my nerves like a motherfucker, and I just wanted to address that. All right, number 2, a lot of some other noise that I've been hearing, and I don't know if this is coming from internally for the Niners or if it's just people speculating on the internet. My guess would be the latter of the two, is Trey Lance trade rumors. Dude, Trey Lance isn't going to get traded. Why would we trade him? What motivation do we have to trade him? What draft picks are we going to get from him? Hey, Team X, you want Trey Lance? Yeah, for what? A 4th? No, we picked him 3 overall. The dude has had massive streak of unlucky when he came into the league. Obviously, Jimmy G was a starter, and he needed time to kind of sit back and watch the NFL, learn the coverages, learn the offensive playbook. And so I think that first year was always planned to be that way, unless he came in like a pure rocket ship. It was always scheduled to be like that. So that was year 1. No big deal. Year 2, the dude gets injured in the first quarter of the second game of the year, breaks his ankle. What do you want? Like, people saying that he should get traded or he may get traded. Dude, look at the Niners track record. They have had the worst stretch of QB injuries all fluke accidents, most of them because, let's be real, Jimmy G was an injury-prone quarterback, still remains an injury quarterback. Good luck, Raiders. And we need as many quarterbacks as we can. Brock Purdy was an absolute gift that got dropped into our hands in the last overall pick. The dude came out, played like surpassed everyone's expectations. And Brock Purdy, he should be the starter. The way he played, we didn't lose. He should be the guy. Now, with the injury, this really is a chance for Trey Lance to Wally Pipp Brock Purdy. If he comes in slinging the ball, he's got a better arm. He's more athletic. Now, the thing is, obviously, Purdy, he's got the respect of the locker room, which is huge. And then, of course, he obviously knows how to run the offense and was very effective at running the offense. Although I have heard a lot of pundits say that he missed, that he moved on from his first read throw too fast relative to what they really wanted to do in that play. But nonetheless, those who want Brock Purdy to be the starter, I agree. However, I do think Trey Lance does have an opportunity. This offseason for Trey Lance could potentially be worth tens upon tens of millions of dollars. That's what he has on the line. Because if he doesn't get any playing time this year, or people still have the mindset of he stinks, guess what? It's going to be very hard for him to go to another team and become QB1 and then ultimately torch the league and then get a massive QB contract like we're seeing today. So, but again, the whole point being is Trey Lance being traded. That doesn't make any logical sense unless somebody were to give us some astronomical draft capital, which again, that's not going to happen. And we need all the QBs we can get. Sam Darnold coming in. I've always been a big fan of Sam Darnold. I thought he got into a shitty situation with getting drafted to the Jets because the Jets fucking stink. Now, if they get Aaron Rodgers, that'd be a different story. But the Jets fucking stink historically, always have. That was just a shitty situation. And he got thrown into the fire immediately. And then following that, went to Carolina, didn't do that well until the tail end of last year. So he does show some promise. However, the organization wants Trey Lance to be that guy still. They're going to go with whoever gives them the best opportunity to win. Like Shanahan and Lynch say a gazillion times over and over and over again in press conferences, that's who they're going to roll with. I do not think there is any chance that Sam Darnold beats out Trey Lance this offseason to be QB2. It's not going to happen. Or if it does, I will be actually really shocked. And that will also say a lot about Trey Lance. So people want to come in and say, oh, now there's a QB competition. Okay, Brock Purdy's QB1. Isn't that all that matters? And then QB2 is kind of, all right, whatever. But the thing is, the Niners need quarterbacks, and they have three quarterbacks, all three quarterbacks who can play in the league. Also, another thing too, who do you think the Niners want to put in if Brock Purdy, let's say, is not healthy until week 4 or week 3? They want to put in Trey Lance. Everybody always talks about what does Trey Lance needs. He needs reps. How does he get reps? By playing fucking football. The Niners, they spent a lot to get him. We're still feeling it we don't have a first round pick this year because it's Trey Lance that we used it on. It's our last one. But they want Trey Lance to be that guy. And if he does become that guy and he does get to play 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks even, and he shows real signs of promise or is just straight out balling out, he'll continue to be the starter. So he has an opportunity to be QB1, but he's got to make the most of the offseason. I know that video just came out of him doing that slow motion throw. I'm not going to make too much of gym shorts and a hat, t-shirt throw. Yeah. Does his release look tighter than historical? Sure. But again, it's one throw, it's one video, but hey, still better than nothing. And the fact that he's working with P. Mahomes, that's dope. And that dude hears all the noise. He still gets treated like a superstar in the Bay Area, which I still don't understand. Yeah, he was a high draft pick, but he still hasn't done shit in the league. And I just think there's a lot of people trying to basically stir up controversy or stir up shit because some people are like diehard Trey Lance fans. Some people hate Trey Lance. Some people love Kyle Shanahan. Some people hate Shanahan. I just think you got to try to look at it most objectively and don't give in to some of the dipshits that are out there online like I did last week. So let that be a lesson for y'all out there. All right. The third thing I want to talk about when it comes to the 49ers is draft priorities. So the NFL draft's coming up. We're already in April. I think, it's kind of well known, but I think kind of the key priorities here, I think with their first 2 picks, they're going to go offensive tackle or defensive end. They could do either or, depending on who's on the board. But I definitely think that's going to be their first 2 picks. I also think they need some safety depth as well. So I'm looking forward to the draft, even though we're not until pick 99, and that obviously is being the 3rd round. But excited to see what they pick. Again, historically speaking, since John Lynch have gotten in here to the 49ers back in 2017, what are the players that we've seen the most success from out of their draft picks? Well, it ain't the first round. What is it? It's the 3rd, 4th, 5th rounds that we see a lot of success. And hell, you can even say 7th now with Brock Purdy, even though, again, I kind of see that as a gift more than them scouting a guy, liking a guy, and making a move to get him. But that's what they do. Fred Warner, George Kittle, the list can go on and on and on. Hufanga, all those players that they pick. And we have the coaches and the supporting cast to make these players turn great, like we've seen them do. And oh, wait, the supporting cast are other coaches, other players that Kyle and John have hired and built up over the years. So excited to see what happens with the draft. And the fourth and final thing that I just want to talk about, OBJ just got signed to the Ravens. That's very interesting to me. It could be as simple as the Ravens are willing to pay him the most money. I saw that his deal is worth up to $18 million. But what's the guarantees on that, really? Because isn't that all that truly matters? Or I'll just be curious to see if that number comes out, because everything that I'm seeing online right now on Twitter is that it's worth up to 18 million, which doesn't really tell you much other than the fact that, hey, if everything goes 100% perfect, he'll get 18 mil, which is tight. And it could, because OBJ is a fucking beast. So OBJ to the Ravens, again, still kind of interesting. If it's not just about, hey, they threw the biggest offer to him, what does he know? Because Lamar Jackson is obviously still up in the air with the Ravens. It doesn't seem like Lamar wants to be there. But again, we don't really know, because Lamar only talks periodically. And speaking of that, he was supposed to release an interview talking about everything that's going on his own YouTube page, but still haven't seen that come out. So don't know what the holdup is on that. But nonetheless, OBJ to the Ravens, very interesting move. OBJ has great relationships with, I would say, 95%, maybe 99% of the superstars in the NFL. So there's a relationship there. I would bet the mortgage on it that he's got a relationship with Lamar. He's talked to Lamar. So maybe this is a little sign of something to come, that the Ravens may be able to work out a deal with Lamar Jackson. Or again, OBJ could just be taking the bread, but nonetheless, excited to see that. Although an interesting market for him to go to, because typically I think OBJ superstar, you think of major hubs West Coast, major hubs East Coast. But hey, OBJ's the fucking man, and I can't wait to see. All right, y'all. Hope you guys are enjoying your Easter Sunday here. It's your boy signing off.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.